For cheap games, go to g2a.com and use our referral link to receive discounts. Hello everybody, Richard here, and today we're talking about Windows on the 27-inch iMac. And it's another video into OS 10. Okay, before we move on to the video, we're going to be having a Q&A in the very near future. So leave your questions down below in the comments, tweet them at me, do whatever you want, just get the questions. And now we can continue with the video. So first things first, installing Windows on the iMac. The installation of Windows on an iMac was very simple. You simply spotlight Boot Camp Assistant, plop in a thumb drive, point it at an ISO of your desired operating system. For me that was Windows 7. And hit continue, partition your disk. It could not be easier. The only problem with the installation is that there was very long waiting times from downloading the support software for a Mac onto for Windows. And I think because I used the USB 2.0 drive, it may have been too slow for that. So definitely recommend a USB 3.0 drive to get the installation to go much faster. The installation process on the Windows side of installing Windows on a Mac was simple. You just do the standard Windows install, but when you come up to the select drive, you just select the partition drive in capitals named Boot Camp. Now, I partitioned 504 gigabytes to Windows. That was, again, done on the Mac side. But the only difference between a Windows installation on a Mac and a normal Windows installation is that you need to install the weird Apple support software, which doesn't look like it's been designed and updated for the newest version of Windows. But other than that, it's a clean installation of Windows. There's no bloatware from manufacturers, and there's a little bit of like Apple Boot Campy stuff, but you don't get any of the iTunes or Safari installed. So again, installation was simple, it just took a really long time. So then, what is Windows like on an iMac? Well, simply put, it's Windows. You've got Windowsy things like the Start thing, and the Desktop-y thing, and the Findery Windowsy thing. I don't know what's called in Windows. This is the first time I've had Windows installed on a primary machine for like 5 years, so I'm not particularly good at Windowsy stuff. But it's like every other Windows machine I've used over the past 5 years just has less bloatware and is just clean. It's probably the best Windows experience I've ever had on any computer, and it's coming from a Mac, which is ironic, really. So the worst part about the post-installation of Windows was having to open up Internet Explorer to then download Google Chrome. Windows on Mac is a very, I think it's Apple's interpretation of what Windows should be, which sounds really weird, and it is really weird. So when you do volume up, brightness up from you have an Apple keyboard, you're bringing up the old style OS 10 menus for those items. The next big annoyance I had with Windows, and taking consideration I've been a Mac user for 5 years, was Control V, Control C, as opposed to Command V, Command C. But that's a very, very small thing, and it started off at like the first few days I had it installed as an annoyance, but later became lesser of an annoyance once I got more used to it. So my opinions on Windows 7 Home Premium. I don't like Windows 7 Home Premium. I just don't like the graphics, don't like any of the animations on it. It is usable, I just don't like it. The reason why I didn't buy Windows 8 or install Windows 8 to my machine is because I have Windows 7 lying around, which is weird because I'm a Mac user. And Windows 10 is a free upgrade that's coming in July. So I prefer Windows 8 over Windows 7 in pretty much every way, from the weird startup menu to the animations to the actual graphics and design. Because to me, Windows 7 doesn't feel that polished, whereas Windows 8 feels like a very polished OS. But what I found is I can do pretty much everything I can do on an OS 10, minus video editing and all that video stuff, on Windows. And I can also do gaming on Windows. But there's really no point for me to switch over completely to Windows because I'm a big Final Cut user, I like Final Cut. That's my preferred OS, but it just makes no difference doing Chrome stuff. But gaming is a big reason why I installed Windows, and I will have a separate gaming video for this iMac coming out very soon once I play some more games on this machine. But Shadow of Mordor runs really well, so that's a small teaser for my next video. So, in conclusion, I don't like Windows 7. Never have, probably never will like Windows 7. I will make an updated video about Windows 10 on this iMac to see if I like Windows 10. But the installation was easy, it just took a really long time, so get Netflix ready, I guess. And gaming so far has been okay. I'll do a video about that, its own dedicated video. So Windows on an iMac, is it worth it? If you need Windows, install it. It's super easy. You can't screw it up unless you select the wrong driver and erase your Mac side. Just don't do that. So thank you for watching my video with Windows on the 27-inch iMac. Remember, leave your questions down for the Q&A, and there'll be a separate video about gaming on the iMac coming in the near future, maybe after or before The Witcher 3 comes out. And again, I'll probably do another video about Windows 10 on this machine. So if you enjoyed the video, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!